Hello, welcome to this special mutual fund analysis bulletin. This is because a lot of my friends are, put off with the weekly analysis details and complexity because they don't have the necessary obsessive compulsive behavior I have to do such analysis, then put it as a report and then do a video on a weekly basis. So their request is, I don't want to know anything. Give me best 2 to 3 funds that I should invest and forget for lifetime, in fact. I know this is something I don't recommend, but I have my own methodology for my investments. I want to honor their request. So I have attempted this answer quantitatively so that there is an objectivity uh, than personal judgment here. And I'm going to explain it by walking through my blog in this regard. So we are now getting into that blog for further details. So we are in this blog, which I have called Special Mutual Fund Analysis Report for those asking for silver bullet investment choice answers without having to get into too much details. This is as on May 6, Monday, as it is documented in the blogger, though it is actually happening on May 7. This is the server date problem with the blogger using Western timeline than Indian timeline. So what I have done here is I have combined the 1 year and 3 year returns for an average, and I have taken the top 50 such funds with the combined average. And when I did that, you could see that the average return combined is 53.79%. So all these 50 funds are good investments, but here I have limited again to the only those top funds which have above average return, which is returns above 53.79%. So that comes to approximately 18 funds. Again, these 18 funds are too big a list for those asking for silver bullet answers. So I have further simplified this list in a methodical manner, which I'll show here. So what I have done here is I have grouped these 18 funds by themes. So one theme is power and infra theme, under which CPSE, ETF, and Nippon India Power and Infra funds appear. Then the PSU theme, which has Aditya Birla Sun Life PSU Equity Fund, SBI PSU Fund, Kotak Nifty PSU Bank ETF, Nippon India ETF Nifty PSU Bank BEAS, and Invesco India PSU Equity Fund. Under the infrastructure theme, we have HDFC Infrastructure Fund, Quant Infrastructure Fund, Franklin Build India Fund, and Bandhan Infrastructure Fund. Also, Invesco India Infrastructure Fund, LIC Mutual Fund Infrastructure Fund, ICICI Prudential Infrastructure Fund, and Tata Infrastructure Fund. And then there are some special themes. They are Bharat 22 ETF, ICICI Prudential Bharat 22 ETF, DSP Tiger Fund, Franklin India Opportunities Fund. And finally, cap-based funds, which are Quant Mid-Cap Fund, Bandhan Small Cap Fund, Quant Small Cap Fund. I personally am comfortable to go through all these funds, which is actually 22, not 18. But again, the one asking for silver bullet want very few, then I would say go for at least one per this theme. So with these 5 themes, you get 5 funds. You can go by the top fund within each theme, or if you are particularly oriented to select more than one fund, you can consider the ones that are in the bold. So that answers the request. However, there can be a criticism on this approach, saying that you have considered only 1 and 3 year returns, whereas my silver bullet investments need to be for much longer period. So I would like to consider not only 1 and 3 years return, also 5-year returns. Now, here there is a problem. What I have found is that the value research data I have downloaded has a lot of funds which provide 5-year data, but those funds do not have 3-year data. That could be a data error or something else. So what I have done is, without having to complicate issues, I have further simplified the answer by taking only the subset of these 50 funds from the earlier approach and maintaining only those funds which have 5 years data also. When I did that, only these many funds appeared, and their lowest return across 1 and 3 and 5 years is 36.26%, leading to an average of 43.24%. Again, restricting to only those above average return funds, we get only 7 funds. Okay, these 7 funds. Again, the request is to limit it to 2 or 3 funds. So again, I have grouped these 7 funds into themes. So one is PSU theme, under which Kotak Nifty PSU Bank ETF, SBI PSU Fund, Nippon India ETF Nifty, PSU Bank BES appear. Under Power and Infrastructure theme, only Nippon India Power and Infra Fund appear. Under Infrastructure theme, Quant Infrastructure Fund and LIC Mutual Fund Infrastructure Fund appear. And cap-based fund theme, only Quant Mid-Cap Fund appear. So here, if you notice, to limit one choice per theme, I have gone for SBI PSU Fund than the Kotak Nifty PSU Bank ETF, simply because PSU funds has more scope than limiting to only PSU banks. So it should be more risk averse than Kotak Nifty PSU Bank ETF. Otherwise, I have selected the top performer in each one. So the silver bullet answer, finally, I have come across with the certain disclaimers and limitations are these 4 funds: SBI PSU Fund, Nippon India Power and Infra Fund, Quant Infrastructure Fund, Quant Midcap Fund. Now, there is some overlap between this PSU Fund, Power and Infra Fund, and Infrastructure Fund. But India is shining at least for next 2-3 years with these themes. So it is okay to use all 3 or limit to only 2 out of these 3, so that you can limit yourselves to 3 funds. So in a cap-based funds, apparently mid-cap fund has done better than large cap and small cap funds, or large and mid-cap funds, when we take the data across 1 year, 3 year, and 5 years. So this is the methodology for arriving this silver bullet answer. So though my mutual fund investment is based on lot of analysis, details, complexity, and also I do some churn out. 30% of my portfolio I churn out on a short-term basis, which costs me to pay short-term capital gain tax and pay that up to 1% exit load. I feel that I benefit by the correction that is confirmed to happen in short term. For example, the small cap funds corrected through March and April. So I sold small cap funds. Similarly, I sold IT and digital or tech funds. I feel I have benefited by selling them because their corrections have been more than single digit, and I have been able to use those funds money into better choices that are emerging. Since I am also an investor and trader, in addition to mutual fund investments, I'm able to use the investment and trading wisdoms in my mutual fund investments. But this may not be applicable for all. A lot of people want to use a simplistic approach and they don't want to know much. They just want to trust someone who seems to be trustworthy, and I have been accepted as a kind of trustworthy in spite of my newness, idioticness, insanities, craziness, and all that. So I wanted to give simplistic answers, which comes with its own uh, limitation and risks. So that is a disclaimer. So that serves the purpose of giving silver bullet answers. I would say take this answer only for next 3 years, because every 3 years the mutual fund uh, uh, field changes significantly, because so much innovation is going on. New funds keep coming, and the performance leaders uh, change across these 3 years. So keep a watch, but you can take this silver bullet answer for the next 3 years comfortably. So that's the end of this blog. Thank you for your patience and interest. Have a good uh, returns with your mutual fund investments ahead. Thank you. Bye.